From NRG Stadium in Houston. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let him know, let him know.
Back to throw, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, he gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Mike. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. A gain of 6 there on first.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Watson now to throw. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up in intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. That is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Mayfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money, because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get this.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Flushed out right. Over the middle. That's caught by Miller. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there. 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Watson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
They'll come out in the pistol.
We own this.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield on play action. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. DJ Reader. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. On the return, Carter. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Let's go.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he's got room. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Texans. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he rifles it complete. Caught by Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Mayfield to throw it. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be third down. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Let's go. We got this. We got this.
They're going for it. It's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a first down throw. Watson escaping the pressure right. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
53, Mike 53.
Rabbit.
The final shot before the break. Watson. He's going to look deep, end zone for Hopkins. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
They go play action. Mayfield In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. DJ Reader picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, Team 6, Team 6.
After the sack on first down, Mayfield, he's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Hey. 4 down.
On third down, Mayfield. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Now it's Watson. Flushed out right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ballgame. And the Texans add on. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 75 yards. And the Browns get a score closer. The extra point up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. Joseph now to kick this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. On first down, Watson. Completion left side to Miller. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. On first down, it's Watson. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. 10 more there and another first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Throwing on second and long. Mayfield.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's third and long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Here comes Carter. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Set. 19. 53. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw left side taken in by Miller. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Watson, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your pass.
Now Mayfield lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Working out of the gun. Mayfield flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
You got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Joe Schobert, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 43 yards. Open man, the tight end Fells. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. To throw again on second down. Watson, he's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. J.J. Watt able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
After the interception, here's Watson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Christian Kirksey in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, and it'll bring up 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Watson now to throw, escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Flushed out right. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
They're running it. 6 guys.
One last shot for Mayfield here. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Second and goal from inside the 5. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Browns have taken the early lead. No problem there on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now first and 10 at their own 24. Out of the gun, Newton. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. To throw again, Newton being chased out left. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
From the gun on third down, Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns.
Set. 180. What's the touch? Good sec. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. Set. Set. 180. Set. Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 220. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. Set. Good sec. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. Set. Set. 220. Set. Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Good sec. 180. What's that? Set. 180. Set. Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. That. Set. 180. That. Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Sit sick. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 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 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. Set. Set. 180. Set. Sit sick. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 220. What's that? Set. 180. What's that? Set. 180. What's that?